A new day dawns on the Burgundian Empire. We have just been through a relatively peaceful period of about 3 years of almost entirely peace. There's been a war with Kurdistan, but we haven't actively been engaged in it. There haven't been any conflict on the mainland of Burgundy, nor in any of our colonies. So I wouldn't really count that as war years, more like peace, sort of, with a quirk years. And it's been great for the economy. The war economy is great. We can pump out all kinds of rifles and send them all over the world. That is great stuff for any peace-loving nation. So we will start this episode by taking a look at the sphere of influences that various nations have managed to acquire over time. Starting with France. France actually has a sizable portion of southern Europe, and it's relatively impressive actually. They have France itself, obviously, Spain, Italy, San Marcos Republic, so Italy, and they also have Wallachia. Do they have anything else in the entire world? I doubt it. They actually don't. They do. Courtesy of, well, their main European partners. But that's all they have. But to say that's all is really to be misrepresenting the point, because they have Spain and Italy on their side there. And that's nothing to sneeze at. That's actually pretty significant. The other one is the British Commonwealth, which has managed to acquire Aragon, who is in a downward spiral. They used to have all of Italy, they used to have all of this, they were a great power, they were fearsome, they almost started to seem like they could be a rival to Burgundy even if they had managed to keep a hold of Italy. And that was something I was almost looking forward to, and then they blew up. And now they're under the British Commonwealth, and England, who then later on turned out to be forming British Commonwealth, has managed to do quite a phoenix from the ashes sort of style, mostly due to us helping to release Scotland. But they have Ireland, they have Scotland, and they obviously have England. So they are a complete United Kingdom, except they're a republic, so a Commonwealth. They have Aragon, they also have some minor northern German states too, in fact. It's Bremen and Munster, I think. No, East Frisia. And then they have Circassia for some reason. And I think that's it. I don't think they actually have any more. No, that's it. That's what they've been acquired so far. But they are a relatively new power, especially in the British Commonwealth incarnation. So I think they're still doing fairly well, nabbing Aragon in front of France. France really should have Aragon at this point. They would also complete and make the map more beautiful. But we'll see if they manage to acquire that. Bohemia has their usual Central Europe, a bit Central East, I suppose, with Bohemia itself being in the center of Europe, and then the Poland here, which is center of Europe, and then a bit to the east, center east, and then Hungary, Illyria. So they're doing well for themselves, and the Nubian Confederation is a great power without any significant holdings at all. I think they actually have no spheres, which is a bit disturbing. They are the most failed nation so far. Russia over here, which is a very strange looking country, having most of mainland Russia and then also having Siberia over here in this very, very wicked thing. They have managed to nab themselves the Hetmanate and the Safavid Empire. That's all they have. And that's honestly all they need to have. Would be great for them to have Siberia, for example, but can't have everything in the world. Japan, on the other hand, as the sole Asian great power, they have done extremely well, and they have started this whole Asian co-prosperity sphere without the Qing Empire and the Taiping Empire, for that matter. They have the Dzungar Khanate, Kazakh Khanate, there's a bunch of Khanates really, Kashmir, Tibet, Dainam, and Nakhon Ratchasima, Thonburi, yeah, that was just the name of the province, as well as Tehran, Sindh, Iraq, and Al-Hazza. That's quite a lot of territory. So I think they actually might come out on top when it comes to amount of sphere members. We are not doing that extremely well when it comes to spheres. We have a lot of it in India, and beyond that, we don't really have much, as well as our German friends that are over here, Baden, Switzerland, and this little corridor over here. Beyond that, we don't have a lot. We have Plantagenet and Dine and the things in India. That's all, and that's all we need. And Malacca. So let's now continue. That was longer than I expected it to be. It's going through the various spheres of influence that have managed to grow in the world. Let's see, Burgundian farmers in Assen. Population changed by 5%. That doesn't seem well. Or we get 10% more communists. Let them speak. What's the worst that can happen? So has France changed their mind yet? No, they are still strongly inclined to support Scandinavia, and Russia is unsure of what to do. Let's see, have they changed in the disposition or anything? No, they haven't. They will probably end up on the Scandinavian side. Though I think at that point it will be a white peace. Well, not really white peace. I think the Japanese Empire might give up before anything happens. It's just a shame for this Kurdistani war. What is taking so long? There we go. Have we gotten the ability to add anything here? No, we need a lot more for that. Maybe if we get this thing, naval risk management, then we might be able to. And with that done, we only have the things here in culture and then the commerce tax. And after that we're done with all the tax, unless some other tech shows up, which they will, to be fair. They definitely will be. We have some unemployed people, well, free and unemployed people in Terradoro. Social responsibility. I'll go for social responsibility over profit myself. So it's over here. It's over here that we have free unemployed people. Need to... Well, at the same time, now there's 45 people unemployed. That's fair. But at the same time, that's nothing. How will we justify building a factory for... Well, now they're moving out apparently. Or coming something else. Now it's only 3 unemployed people. Did they start making... they started making a paper mill in Terradoro. I have a feeling that paper mill is going to be doing pretty badly. Let's see, what are they even producing here? They are producing fruit, wool, more wool, and also some more fruit. Nothing to make paper out of. Unless you're going to make paper out of wool all of a sudden. Which I'm pretty sure you can't. Though wool paper would be great. Though I guess at that point you might as well just write on clothes. I think that might make more sense. Oh, rebellions. What is this? Is this German pan-nationalists? No, they're not. Only stupid Jacobin rebels. Oh, there was actually a white piece. I should almost become political commentator in real life. It's going really well so far. My predictions are all bang correct sometimes. Kurdistan wants a peace? Sure. Now we're at peace finally. Now we could have been part of that thing, but we can't. Not anymore. We'll even speed up time because it's going slowly and nothing is happening. And I'm pretty sure it makes no sense to have the naval rally point here when we don't even have a naval base there. So let's all meet in Middelburg instead. Or Rotterdam. Rotterdam would probably make more sense as it is nowadays the port of Europe. In our time, then Middelburg will be the one who will be the port of Europe. And apparently my naval bases here are way out of date. And here I thought that I was on top of that. Oh yeah, I just got a tech in that. What the fuck? God damn it. My intelligence levels today. Not good. Not good. Bengal wants alliance again. That is good. And do they want to be part of my system of colonial things? Oh, close enough. They're getting there. Membership in the International Olympic Committee, absolutely. No question about it. Rebel factions are organizing our country. It's mostly French patriots and militant socialists. Not a lot of them, but some of them. Okay, there's a lot of them now. That switched around quickly. Holy crap. Yeah, now there's a lot of various communists and nationalists and stuff like that. People want to have maximum work hours movement. Sure. 14 hours a day, that's all we're gonna give you. As someone who barely gets through an 8-hour workday, I can't even imagine working 14 hours a day in a bloody factory with no safety standards and for shit pay. Life back in the day must have been brutal. Absolutely brutal. So I'm very glad I don't have to live through it. I'm very, very glad about that. So thank you. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, grandfather, grandpa and grandma, for all your hard work building up the world together with all the other grandmas and grandpas who also built up the world. You did a good job, mostly. Could have done a little better, honestly. Just a tiny bit. Let's see. Mayapan. Add to sphere. We could do that, but that would put us in conflict with Aztlan, which... Is Aztlan just looking better now, or has nothing changed? Because I can't tell. It seems to have gotten some territory. I would almost like to claim they got some territory, but I can't be certain. Or maybe they lost some territory. Either way, they look better now, in shape. Now they just look like... I don't know what to call them. They just look better. It's better in general. With this, it's so tempting to just withdraw. So tempting. When is the whole... let's see, it will be in nationalism and imperialism, I'm pretty sure. The Dark Continent will unlock in 1900. So we'll have 6 years to resolve this colonial conflict before we can move on. And I'm very, very uncertain why this not... Ah, we just had a crisis, right? So this resets. But this might spark into a crisis, which would then turn, maybe, into a great war. Potentially. And now they have some issues here. It's Jacobin rebels who are taking hold of the country. Or they might be. We'll see. Luckily for them, the capital is way over in Vienna, so they would have to break through a lot of the country in order to get anywhere. So that is good for our little friends here in the Nubian Confederation. But the Jacobin rebels broke East Frisia, which is great because now it's not under British control anymore. So that is wonderful for us. Search of communism. That's bad. How many people are communists now in our country? A surprising amount. The socialists are 17% and the communists are 21.6%, giving us a very strong block of socialism in our land. Maybe we should have been more careful with that. The liberals are 28% and the conservatives 20%. Social liberals 9%. A nice little mix here in our country. But, should be pointed out the communists and the socialists, a bit too strong for my taste, if I had to say so myself. The people are very concerned about good minimum wage and acceptable pensions. Really, they are very concerned about various reforms that we can push through. Campaign for old age security. We have the money to spare, we can pay for a lot of pensions. We're paying for a lot of old people. I know I'm losing the race over here. Stop reminding me all the time this ominous button that is red and scary. Increase opinion in Mayapan, rebels in Vienna. God. No way they will pose any threat at all. Mayapan. Marzipan. Yeah, cordial. We can increase it slowly. The party communists... No. No, don't tell me the communists actually took power. Can we switch? Because I don't want to become a communist. Can I hold the election again, please? Alright, I'm holding an election again. I don't want to democratically switch to a communist party or a communist regime. This cannot be... The liberals shall rule instead. In the surprise election win, the communists have taken power in the government. Technically, they are allowed to do so, and their party has not been banned. There are concerns, however, that their ultimate goal is to take over the Burgundian government, and that this election win is just the first step in doing so. Some are even suggesting the possibility of voter fraud, Regardless, the Burgundian people have spoken, and the monarchy must decide whether to intervene and refuse the communists their mandate as many expect. Failure to intervene means admitting that they have no power, and thus relinquishing all control over the government. Okay, so if we do this, we will change our republic, and that is not acceptable. We shall let the liberals rule instead, and now I really regret having gone for this election thing. The people will be pretty mad though about it, but we can soothe them by going through all of the various reforms necessary. Such as a minimum wage. Don't worry people, you will have good minimum wage going forward. This is taking a toll on our Tahitian factories. And why are you making so many in Terra d'Oro? Stupid capitalists. The Mud March. Yes, 5% more liberal people. Wonderful. Strengthen liberals so this won't happen again. World Anti-Slavery Convention. Even more liberal. So now we have a strong liberal core. The communists have lost some ground, but it is still the second largest party. This communist thing kind of snuck up on us, didn't it? One day we were just happy being liberal, and another day the communists kind of, hey, we took over. What's that all about? Decisive argument for laissez-faire, sure. Or laissez-faire. So it's the Party Communist, the Party Progressist, and the Socialistische Partie. We will support the liberal parties, once again. Let's see, let's just pick something. People are concerned now about secularism, that's good. We even have some animist people. In Palembang. Let's see if they were... Yeah, they will convert to Protestantism. 1 per day. Let's see. Let's have some more people in favor of atheism instead. If I have to pick between them, atheism I prefer than having the what was it again? The other thing that they had. Moralism. Yeah, that's right. Though I prefer secularization if I have to pick any of them. Minoan excavations. Maybe we can get that now. We'll see. They actually gave us it. And the Cradle of Civilization. Iraq grants access. Thank you, Iraq. Everyone's so nice nowadays. Colonial progress. Excellent. And now what to go for? We can go for romanticism and these things. Mostly give us prestige, which we already have a lot of, so I'm not too worried about that. Could go for market regulations. Scientific management. That will be quick enough. Now let's follow the politics again. This election will be done by the 4th of January. Talk of war. Well, honestly, no. Just have some jingoism in the country, not too much. Not too much. Don't want the Conservatives to be eating into the Liberal vote. Imagine if... Well, that's really what happened last time, wasn't it? That the Communists and the Socialists went together, and that's why they managed to win. Enact women's suffering. No, it's not suffering. Suffrage. Yeah, that makes more sense. There we go. Women can now vote in our country, which is a great, momentous... What was the first country that allowed women to vote? I think it was... And also we won. I think it was New Zealand that allowed women to vote. Like the first country ever. And we're probably not too far away from the actual date of it. Though I can't remember. I think it was around this time. Maybe a few years before, maybe a few years after that they allowed women to vote. And then there were some other countries as well that followed along within a decade or two from where we are now. And I think the last country in Western Europe or the Western world was Switzerland. That was like I can't even remember when they allowed women to vote. It was pretty darn late, I remember at least. So yeah, that's a very bad history lesson for all of you, with information that I barely know that I'm very unsure about. But at least now the liberals won and we managed to push back the wave of communism and socialism in our country. So that is a good thing. Mostly lucky due to having those events popping up along the way. So that is wonderful. Now we can dedicate ourselves to more war. Yes, you heard right, we will go to more war. But it won't be any kind of war at all, it will be the easy kind. The kind where we take out the poor natives and assimilate them into our power structure. It will start with the Canon Bornu, because they are the biggest one, and they also have some allies in the Funj and in Ilorin. Ilorin is where exactly? I never remember. Ilorin. Oh, it's right here. Once again, always forget where they are. So, and Funj is where? The Funj Sultanate is way over here. So that is actually where something we could annex. So we will declare war on them. Just because we want to avoid the Aragonese Africa from taking more, and maybe also to prevent Bengal from taking more. So we'll declare war for the scramble for Africa. Trying to take, what's this area called? It is called Nigeria. Probably, if we're unlucky, it will be the capital. We'll see. Scramble for Africa, Nigeria, it's not. Wonderful. We're declaring war on them. Heading straight into it. And then the Lawrence will join in and we will head straight towards them as well. And we can send one more army heading up there. Actually, we can try to take out their army before they manage to get anywhere. There we go. They are surprisingly strong actually. Despite their technology being not the greatest. In Bida we will face them, and in Bida we will win. Maybe lower the speed now when we're at war actually. We're going to use and then heading straight to Abuja. Annihilating them hopefully. What can we demand from Ilorin? Ilorini outer something something. It's no big deal though, we can only take this part. Which is fine, since we can just declare war on them in the future. There's no time limit for us, especially not with these countries, since we are isolating them from the rest of the world. No one else can just randomly jump in and take them from us. No one. There, defeated them, and now we will defeat the 14,000 men that arrive over here. Excellent. The enemies are shaking in their boots. Honestly, these guys should give up pretty soon. One would assume. Ah, they were sneaky. They'll pay for their insolence. There we go. Battle underway. The Nubian Confederation. What? A humiliation against them? Why? But why? Have they insulted us or something? Probably from an event, I assume. Probably. They're still our ally and they still like us a lot. Which they better, honestly, since we've done a lot for them. You can just stay here. And take that out. I wonder where the capital is. Should be somewhere around here, somewhere. Is it one of those hidden capitals somewhere? Because I hate those. Oh, it's over here. It's under one of the goddamn forts. No, you were supposed to stay there. Okay, we can stay over there then. The Canon Borno is willing to give in to all demands. Which is a bit weak, since we barely got started. So we can get the Ilorin part. And then we can demand more from these guys. Essentially just demand everything from them. Their land will be ours. That is nice. Kano has... They're at war with Spain. Why? Why is Spain at war with them for? Spain. Acquisition of Scandinavian Lunda. That's one thing. Acquisition of Spanish Neri. Damn it, they are onto it. We should have taken Neri before they had a chance to. We could declare war on Neri and take it before them. That would give us war with Kano, Lauren, and Mossy Empire. You know what? We need to act before it's too late. We will declare war on Neri before the Spanish does and take it from us. And send in this army too. The Mossy can raid our land as much as they want. It won't make any difference. Though now we're at war with the Kano as well. And the Kano has a fairly decent army. In size, that is. Nothing else. Nothing else about them is decent. Absolutely nothing else. Don't tell me I have to go to war against Spain before it's over. But they are threatening our position here in Africa, and that is not accepted. That is not acceptable, more to the point. There, excellent. And factory throughput is done. Market regulations, you're up next. And that battle is going on beautifully. Let's go up to the homeland and take out their capital. Same thing we will do to Neri over here. Even though the Spanish are sending transports too. Maybe they're trying to land. They did land! Damn it! They're gonna reach their... No, we're gonna reach before them. Screw you, Spain. I didn't notice that you had men there. Well, hopefully it wasn't too late. Hopefully we can get a peace before. Hopefully. How much do we need for a peace? They would not accept this offer. Well, we will get the capital, and we will get this territory. They only have Vari, and the war is going pretty bad against... pretty bad for the Spanish. That should be it. They will accept this offer. Screw you, Spain. And now we have white peace with the rest, which is fine. There we go. We managed to prevent Spain from doing evil things. So bye-bye, Spain. Thank you for visiting. Bye-bye. Don't show up here again. This is our corner of the world. Apart from this place that you have, Spanish Ghana. We can't do anything about that yet, but we will in the future. We reach a population of 200 million now, which lowers our tax efficiency significantly, but gives us some nice research points. Cannonborn is willing to give up even more territory. We will claim the last piece they have left. And then here we go. With all of that, we might be able to reach... In fact, we will be able to reach Darfur, and we can take that. And then also the Funj Sultanate, eventually. Getting all the way to across here. And then we could maybe take Egypt. Even though Egypt is a civilized nation, so that is less likely to happen. Egypt is actually at war with the British. War of the Ethiopian-Eritrea concession. Ah, and the English are losing. Ethiopian-Eritrea. So they are trying to expand here. That is an interesting proposal. One that we hope never happens. Vijay Nagar wants another alliance. I wonder what happened to the first one. And Cannonborn is willing to give up all of their territory. There we go. There we go. Some quick colonial conquests to finish up, to top off the episode. Like, it's the cream of the crop. No, it's the stuff on the pudding. Okay, I'm not very good with these metaphors, so let's just leave it at... It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to end the episode with. Obviously, taking more African savages and putting them under civilized control. Who doesn't like to do that in the evening? If you're curious about how it feels, just go try it yourself. And I'm pretty sure you will appreciate what I'm trying to say now. when you've done it yourself a couple of times. It's just really fun, oppressing people left, right, and center. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode, and next time we will continue with, I don't really know what. We have been at peace now for a bit too long, maybe, except for the part where we subjugated some African natives, that is. But maybe we need to go for a big war soon. France is crushing Aragon now, so that's starting to happen more and more frequently. Maybe we'll do something about France. That could be interesting. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.